Now, for those of you who are thinking, Dave, didn't you just upload this exact video like an hour ago? I did, but some people were informing me that they were receiving an error message when they tried to click on the link. It worked for me. It seemed to work for some other people because there were some comments on the video, but I was receiving enough messages from people, I was like, maybe I should re-upload this thing, so that's what I'm doing. And it also gives me an opportunity to add something else I want to talk about, which somebody who commented below reminded me. They talked about Godzilla's roar at the end of the movie as he's falling into the volcano, which reminded me, you know what? I also want to talk about this other thing as well, which is so important. So, hey, you know what? It gives me an opportunity to sort of polish this video up a bit. Anyways, here we go. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Dave, you're wearing the same thing you wore in your last video. I am, and there's a very good reason for that, okay? I put this shit back on specifically to keep continuity with my last video. Now, I don't normally do this, but when I uploaded my video last night talking about my love of Godzilla, and how my favorite Godzilla film is Godzilla 1985, I can't believe I didn't mention this part of Godzilla 1985, and it bothered me so much that I decided to do kind of this mini sort of extension, this kind of sequel to this video that I did last night, because it's so important. It's such an important part of that movie, and I love that part of that movie so much that I needed to talk about it, and that is the music in Godzilla 1985. Now, if you guys haven't seen Godzilla 1985, you probably know, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you have seen it, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. And this movie has probably, and I know this is going to sound really funny, but it's probably got one of my favorite cinematic openings in the history of motion pictures. Now, I'm not saying that objectively it is one of the greatest cinematic openings in motion picture history. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for me personally, on a subjective level, it is one of my favorite openings out of any movie. Now, it begins with a black screen, okay? And I believe in white text, New World Pictures, I think, comes up on the screen, like New World Pictures Presents or something like that. I haven't seen it in a while. This unbelievable, godlike sort of just this presence, this ominous theme begins to play. And it's very old school, but yet very sort of modern in 1985. But very old school, begins to play. It's a black screen, and we begin to see these lines going up the black screen in fire, okay? And it's going up like this as this unbelievable score begins to play. And then the line will go across like this, and then it'll go up like this, and you can see the fire, like it's fire, right? It's fire, it's going up. And then at the very end of it, you realize that it was, the lines were actually spelling out Godzilla 1985, right? And at the very end, it kind of goes and comes up on, the screen, and it says Godzilla 1985. And within the actual text, you can see like fire and all this kind of stuff. And it's an awesome opening. But what makes that opening so awesome is the theme. And if you haven't heard it, here is the theme. Now, picture in your mind what I just talked about, about the fire and, and the lines going up like this as you hear this music. Listen to this fucking piece of music right here. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that fucking awesome? And you combine that with, the fire going up the black screen and all that. It was very like, whoa, is this a fucking Godzilla movie? Like, the Godzilla movies we're used to here are like, the 1970 films, right? Where it's a little cheesy, it's a little hokey, a lot of fun to watch. But then you come to this and it's like, whoa, this is like this is intense. Like, this is fucking serious. And I think that's one of the things that I really liked about Godzilla 1985 as well, is the fact that it was a very sort of serious, no, this is legit. Like, this is a real sort of fucking thing that's going on here. Like, we're taking ourselves kind of seriously, right? And it was a solo film. Like, he wasn't fighting any monsters, like, you know, or anything like that. So, yeah, just an amazing opening. Now, the music throughout the film, like this piece of music here. Now, I think that was when they realized that Godzilla was headed towards Tokyo Bay, and, you know, they were all scrambling, trying to, you know, evacuate this, evacuate that, you know, get people off the street. Holy shit, he's fucking coming, right? And it's just, it's awesome. It's like, this is fucking, like, this is good shit. And the ending theme, while the end credits were rolling, just after Raymond Burr's awesome speech, is awesome too. Now, the original 1984 version does not have this piece of music at the end. It actually has some sort of kind of like Japanese pop music, which really doesn't fit at all. But the American version, which is often considered the lesser of the two versions, the ending is far better. It's amazing, and this piece of music right here is just fucking awesome, especially after that speech, after Raymond Burr's speech, and you lead into this piece of music as the credits are rolling. It's like, fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right here. Saying? It's got that, you know, that vibe, that godlike sort of, it's fucking awesome shit. Fucking awesome shit. So anyway, I just needed to do this quick video and talk about that because I would be remiss if I did not mention it. And I didn't mention it in my video that I uploaded yesterday. I don't know how the hell I missed it when I was talking about Godzilla 1985. I guess I got so into the, you know, into the differences between the 54 and the 56 version and the 84 and the 85 version that it totally slipped my mind. So, yeah, I had to mention it. Anyways, that brings me to the final thing I want to talk about in regards to Godzilla 1985. And again, I can't believe I didn't mention this yesterday when I was talking about the movie. But anyway, that is, of course, the overall sort of tone and moral message of the film. Now, it may not be immediately identifiable to you and obvious to you when you're watching the movie what that moral sort of message is, but certainly in the last 5-10 minutes of the movie, it should be really obvious to you. And I remember being a kid, look, Godzilla 1985, its ending is really moving. It's really emotional because you begin to realize, oh, fuck, we're responsible for Godzilla, right? Godzilla is the creation of man, and it's what he is a metaphor. Godzilla's a metaphor, and he was a metaphor in the original film back in 1954. He acts as a metaphor of what can fucking happen when human beings are not responsible, right? Godzilla is, you know, was always supposed to be sort of the product of the nuclear kind of fallout of what happened in World War II. And, you know, that's why Godzilla is radioactive, right? So for all intents and purposes, man inadvertently created Godzilla. Godzilla is an innocent monster, okay, that is just acting on instinct. You know, you can't reason with Godzilla. You know, he's not coming after you because it's personal, because, you know, you owe him $500 and he's pissed off. So, you know, he wakes up, he's like, I'm going to fucking come after McRae because he owes me $500. It has nothing to do with that. So what makes the ending to Godzilla 1985 so tragic is that we are responsible for his creation, and now we're going to kill him when all he's doing is acting on instinct. And we're doing, you know, again, we're going to kill this monster. Now, obviously, of course, you have to do that. I mean, you know, it's gotten to the point where there's really no choice, but it's not a happy thing. Nobody's happy about it. And that's what I loved about the ending of this movie, is that it's not heroic, it's not bombastic, it's not, woohoo, we killed them. It's really somber and really sad and really moving. And then, of course, in the American version, which again, I think the ending of that movie is better than the Japanese one, you know, you have Raymond Burr's speech, right? And of course that just sort of brings it all home to the moral message of this movie. And it's really moving and really powerful. And, you know, there's a very strong message there that, you know, if you guys don't fucking start behaving, if you guys stop, you know, don't stop fucking around, you know, you're going to bring a Godzilla back again. You know, the world will become a Godzilla. You know, there's going to be a Godzilla fallout because of your behavior. And that's what was so great about the original 1954 film and the original creation of that character. In subsequent films, of course, he just became a giant, you know, lizard, you know, fighting all sorts of monsters, and it was kind of fun. And a lot of people don't realize where the roots of Godzilla came from, and the whole purpose and intent of the creation of Godzilla, and the metaphor and the symbol of Godzilla. And when you understand that, and when you watch, you know, the 1985 sequel, you're like, oh, fuck, yeah. That's why it was so powerful and moving, because there really is a mature, grounded message to the Godzilla character that sometimes gets lost in all these super monster movies. Like at the end of the movie, when he's falling into that volcano and there's that final roar, it's ear piercing, it's devastating, it's like an animal being abused. It is so moving, and every time I used to watch it as a kid, I would get to that part and I remember plugging my ears because it affected me emotionally. And none of the characters are happy about this. Like, nobody in the movie is cheering that he's just fallen into the volcano. There's no sense of relief. There's no sense of, woo, we did it, yeah! Like some sort of, you know, mid-90s American propaganda, pop culture sort of, you know, Independence Day, yeah, we fucking beat those fuckers, you know. There's nothing like that. And that's powerful. That's really powerful. Anyways, my name's Dave McRae. You know what to do. You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. McRae's McRae, facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. Follow me there in the meantime and in between time. And yeah, now I'll change out of this. Still smells okay though. Still smells okay. Yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.